Hello friends, this is Arlene over at Genki's Journey, and today I just wanted to share a personal journal that I created for myself, kind of to have like a before I start working in it. So I created a squishy little shabby chic, well it's not that little, right? A shabby chic journal, mostly blank on the inside so that I can document this season of my life right now. As you all know, so I am a mom. I have, well, now 1.5-year-old. I can't believe it. And so I don't have any time really to craft as I used to. So it's why I'm constantly away from the social media. But I did want to create something for myself to start documenting um, our first purchase of a home, which is really exciting. It's such a blessing. And so we're actually in the process right now of closing, and and I just wanted to document not just that, but the Lord has been so merciful with us. And if you ever wish to hear that testimony, I can totally share it in another time. So to not keep this video so long, but yeah, it's been a blessing, and so I wanted to kind of document the lessons that I'm learning in this season, and just the memories that I've been having, the memories that we're creating, sorry, as a little family, and somewhere to store like the new recipes that I'm trying, and just this whole process of home buying. It's so new, it's so fresh, and so I wanted somewhere to record that, and this is what I've created for myself. So I'm not sure if I'll talk too much through it. I don't want to keep the video too long, and my daughter is sleeping, so once she wakes up I might have to go into music. But just to say a little bit about the journal, the materials, I'll try to list them as much as I can, but for the most part, this was by far the easiest cover I would ever make. It had to be that way because I didn't have too much time to spend crafting it. But the cover is pretty much a vintage quilt piece that I had for many years from Flushing May Cottage. It already had like this ruffle on the side, so I wanted to use it. And then this top piece, I don't know if this is a curtain or a table mat, but it's a vintage, beautiful piece that Jen's Junk gave me in Happy Meal. And so all I did was literally just put it over the top of the quilt and stitch it over. So it was pretty much something that was ready for me. The pinks that I used was part of a pink bundle that I got from Uniquely Ella, and I will link her down at in the description as well. And if you watch my previous videos, you'll see how I made these clusters. I ended up doing a closure using a vintage doily, and just this little bit of it's like a silky, just a piece of fabric that I took off of a slip. And the back has, basically I just collaged a couple pieces. This is, all of these little pink pieces are the avocado dyed from Uniquely Ella, and then these are French pieces from Has Been Crafts. So I left this open for a tuck, and I also left this open here so that I could stick like a little skinny mini journal in there at some point. But yeah, I'll speak about the pieces as I open it. So that's the closure. I pretty much just made a knot on each of the corners of the doily, doubled up the trim, and then I just used the cluster with the pin just as an embellishment on the end. So I thought that was pretty cute. So that's that. And this is the journal. This is the very first time I did a multi-signature journal, so I don't think I did too bad for my first try. This one looks a little bit crooked. The signatures are even on the inside, but it was quite hard doing this with no added support to the spine. And so every time I put the needle through on this fabric, it always was a little bit off, but I think ultimately it came out pretty good. And like I said, this bow is from the kit, that pink kit from Uniquely Ella. And so pretty much is very simple, the outside cover. Very squishy, very shabby chic. And so let me put this more towards here. Okay. Okay, and so I recently made a few tags. I wanted to make sure that I had, because we're going to be moving, I didn't know what I would have available to me, so I wanted to have some tags and journaling cards ready. Everything else I'm leaving on the side in a separate pack so that I can just reach for it when I need it. And then all I have to do is just work in it with, you know, basic supplies. So this is a charm that I made. Left another tuck spot here. This literally was just folded over and it looks so great on the inside. I really loved this fabric that's also from a slip. This came from Uniquely Ella as well as the applique. I wanted to stitch this on as part of the pocket, but I'm in love with this pretty fabric, and so all I did was put the bulb pins on, and I can decide later. Then Dwell, I wanted to use that to create a journaling card. Like I said, I wanted to document the purchase of our new home in this journey, and so I try to find images that were related to like homemaking and homes and stuff like that. So that's a antique postcard that I just cut in half and made a tuck spot, and a rose that I've been kind of saving. This is from a vintage magazine. I forgot what it's called. Anyway, these printables that you see that I'm altered are tags from The Apple of His Eye, and then I got this lace frame idea from Grace B Creations. I like doing this with a seed package just to give myself writing room and a tuck spot. And then all of these avocado dyed papers I had dyed myself. So I just used a variety of pages. Vintage. I ordered recently a book with these, I forget, they're rag papers. I love this texture. And then this is from washi tape from Cottage Roses Paperie. Here I just put some vellum on a frame, and I left it on a clip because I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna attach it there or somewhere else. Cottage Rose Paperie printable, and I just put some photo corners so I can eventually put a photo of my family there. So yeah, everything else is pretty basic. Of all the tags that I've made, I believe this is by far my most favorite. So I don't know if you guys knew, but this is the first time that I actually stenciled. This stencil, by the way, is from Cottage Roses Paperie. But this is the first time I stenciled some heavy gesso on fabric, and it came out beautiful. Like, I'm gonna make more of these. So pretty. Absolutely love that. And I just put it on some linen paper. These pretty embossed papers are from In Faith Inspirations, Mary Elizabeth. And I just made like little flip outs with that. In all of her packages, she sends plenty of this, and I love it. So I use it as that. This is also a printable from In Faith Inspiration. She sends these physically printed from her shop. Antique postcard, also very homey. It's actually of a French palace. These are papers I got in Happy Mail. These are authentic papers, by the way. These were from one of those embroidery magazines. I don't know if it's embroidery, but anyway, it's from Jen's Junk. Yeah, so I'm not gonna talk too much, and I'm already talking too much. I'm stenciling. Ideals magazine, that's what that is. Okay, so these little dots are just like it was my first time, so I ended up using one of those heat erase pens, so I need to pass my iron on the side to delete that. I mean, erase that, you hear me, delete. Another one of these frames as a tuck spot. I love how this page turned out. Another beautiful tag, and then this is handmade paper and embossed by In Faith Inspiration. She makes handmade paper beautiful, and do check out her shop. She has like such gorgeous, beautiful things, and like physically printed out journaling cards. This is another printable from Apple of His Eye. That's all in one collection, I think. More of this stencil, and then my own handmade fabric. I mean, my own hand-dyed avocado dyed fabric and some lace. Also Cottage Roses Papery. This is from Rose Hill Paper Cottage a long time ago. Some trim that I bought from her. And then this is also the first time that on the signatures I did my own dangles at the bottom. I never do that with the long string, but I've been seeing it lately and I love it. So, and I have a lot of beads I have to use. Okay. Another flip. This beautiful fabric is from Jen's Junk. I love the way that these papers dye. I don't always get them, like always in a batch. I'll have a few of them that come out like this, but not all of them do. I need a pocket from some lace. And I have been testing out different recipes lately, and I just recently did really great chocolate chip, like brown butter cookies, and I've been just practicing with different cookie recipes, and so I thought this was really pretty to have, also from a Vintage Ideals magazine. I think this is from like the 60s. Oh, I love the way this paper came out. I wish I knew what causes it to have this reaction, but I put them in the oven most of the time after I dye them, and then I guess when you stack them, a few of them always come out like that, and I just love it. Once again, Cottage Roses Papery. I'm running out. I think I have like a small piece left of this antique lace. It makes me so sad. I love it. Absolutely love it. Another one of those tags, tuck spot. And then I got this pretty little hairpin from In Faith Inspiration. This gorgeous piece is from Uniquely Ella, and I think, because I was going to try to restock recently, but I can't do it right now. But I did see that she still has some more in some of her pink kits on her shop, so you should check that out. This is beautiful, stunning. Put a vintage envelope and just extra writing room, since these have like poetry, but these flowers make such a pretty border. So more of that stencil, and then here it just kind of, I don't know, I stenciled on this while it was in the book. That's what happened, and then when I came back to look at it, this page had fallen over somehow, so it's mine, so I don't mind it. I got this from Jen's Junk, and then this pretty trim is from In Faith Inspirations. This tag is just so pretty. And that infamous stencil from Tim Holtz that every single crafter has. And also that infamous embossing folder that everybody has. Just on a bag, paper bag. This is also In Faith Inspirations. How perfect. Like, it could not be any more perfect. Love her stuff. Another one of those Happy Mail pages that I got. Another one of these papers from In Faith Inspirations. It's so pretty. Like, I don't think that could be any more perfect. This is also one of the journaling cards that In Faith Inspirations has in her shop. This is her Spanish journaling card, and I just converted it into a tag. So like I said, these are here for me ready so that I can journal on them in the process of moving. And I plan on these little fabrics to use like pins and stick photos on them. This is the back. Well, like I said, all this pink stuff is from Uniquely Ella. And then this is so cool. Somebody sent me this in Happy Mail, and I think it was just so intentional and it was cool. Virginia company. I live in Virginia, so I'm thinking either I'll turn this into the little booklet that I'm gonna put in the front. I might do that, and then just kind of reinforce this back. That's what I might do, but it's so cool. And then once again, I left this like a little pocket, just a tuck spot, and that's it. Isn't that like it's so yummy? But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that flip through, and yeah, I probably won't post too frequently, like I said, because we are moving to a new home, so it's going to be quite a process now. But once I have settled and I have a place to craft, I will try to post a little bit more. But right now my priorities is my home, my family, my husband and my child. It's the season that I'm in, the season that the Lord has so blessed me with, and I don't want to take it for granted. So, well, I hope you are doing well. God bless you.